So welcome back to project management. So this is the third in the series of training videos, giving you a better understanding of how to manage your project from start to finish and what to expect along the way. You will never look at a property the same once you know this. So I'd like to start by thanking you for joining me again on another video. In this one you'll be looking at trades and what each trade does and the order they need to be working in your property. This will give you a better understanding and make the project run smoother. So you can find me on social media, on Facebook, on Twitter and Instagram, and also watching these videos on YouTube. So we will be looking at second fix. So in this training we'll cover second fix through to painting, which are mist coat, kitchen fitting, plumbing, joinery, wall tiling, second fix electrics and pre-paint plaster check. So second fix, so this is all the work that needs to be completed once the plastering is done and before the painting is started. It is important to carry out works in the correct order to make sure the project runs smoothly and trades are not coming multiple times as things are not completed correctly. If you get trades to come out of sequence or things are not ready, this will cost you money. The correct order after plastering is, so the correct order is a mist coat, kitchen fitting, plumbing, joinery, wall tiling, second fix electrics and pre-paint check, which is generally plaster patching. So second fix, who's on next? So once the plaster is completed, and depending on how long it took to plaster and the time of year, you may need to allow some drying time before the next trades follow. If you have a quick gang and they plaster the house in a week, which is about the time that a gang would take to plaster a house in a new build, so then everywhere will be damp. If they took a few weeks, then the first rooms could have dried out quite well. It's always the chasers dry out last and the thick bits of plaster back to the brickwork. If the weather is cold and the plastering was done quick, the chances are the plaster is wet and when they're finished it will need time to dry out. So on previous jobs I've been to look at the work at the end of each day when we've had the plasterers in and left the windows open with the trickle vents open and the top sash locked in the open position on the night vent. Then through the day I have opened all the windows to let some natural air flow through the property. You need to let the plaster dry out naturally. You need heat and ventilation to dry out plaster. If you think about a good drying day for clothes, you need sun and wind, which is heat and ventilation. Unfortunately, you've generally not got the heat other than the natural heat through the sun, so you're relying heavily on ventilation. The plasterers will generally start boarding downstairs and work upstairs,